Under the dim dawn light and the mist still lingering on the leaves, Mr. Howe's tree sawing team gathered in a small forest in the northeastern suburbs of Vietnam. The morning scene was peaceful, with golden sunlight penetrating the thick fog, and birds chirping to welcome a new day. The scenery was so beautiful that everyone in the team felt lighter, all fatigue seemed to disappear. Mr. Howe, the team leader, is the most experienced person in the team. He has been working as a tree sawyer for more than 15 years, with many times having to face danger in difficult situations. Although he appears calm on the outside, he is a very funny person and always brings laughter to his teammates. Beside him are familiar members. Mr. Qua, the fastest person in the team, specializes in climbing tall trees. Mr. Sun, with outstanding health, is the one who handles heavy tree trunks, and Mr. Tai, who always has a joke ready to create a cheerful atmosphere. As the team began work, Howe quickly assigned tasks. Qua put on his safety belt, checked his straps, and started climbing the tree, where he would be responsible for sawing the larger branches first. With nimble hands and dexterity, Qua climbed step by step, his feet firmly gripping the branches, his face catching the warm morning sunlight. Looking up from the ground, everyone was amazed to see him working without any fear or confusion. Below, Tai was preparing his tools while telling a funny story to help everyone relax. He told about his first time working on the job. When he thought a branch had been completely cut off, he quickly pulled it down and fell backwards while the branch was still clinging to the trunk. The whole group burst into laughter, imagining the scene and constantly teasing Tai about this accident of a lifetime. Hao, who was standing next to him checking the tools, also joined in the fun with another funny story. He told about the time he encountered a frightened squirrel running out from under a tree that was being cut. The squirrel suddenly jumped on him, scaring him and almost falling. That time the squirrel seemed to be protecting its territory. He joked, making everyone laugh again. After a few minutes of laughter, the team quickly returned to work. The sound of the saw rang out steadily, blending with the chirping of birds in the treetops, creating a strange yet vibrant harmony. Mr. Sun and Mr. Tai carefully observed below, coordinating with Mr. Kwa above to ensure that the falling branches did not cause danger. The work seemed simple but actually required precision and rhythm. Every time a large branch was cut off, everyone had to pay attention to the direction of the fall so as not to affect the surrounding area. Every time a branch fell, Mr. Sun immediately rolled up his sleeves to clean up and move each piece of wood to the assembly area. During the break, the team gathered under the shade of a tree and continued their jokes. Kwa, who has a lot of climbing experience, shared how to recognize rotten branches to avoid climbing unsafe branches. He said excitedly, "Every time you go up high and encounter a rotten branch, if you are not careful, you can fall to the ground at any time. And in this profession, everyone must learn to hold on tightly and always have a safety rope." Sun also shared about the times he had to saw large tree trunks in wet and rainy conditions. He said, "Every time it rains, the tree trunk is very slippery, the saw blade can easily slip. You have to be very slow and focused to avoid accidents." Mr. Hao, who was sitting nearby, also nodded in agreement, and advised everyone to always be careful and not to be complacent even though they were used to the work. By noon, the sunlight began to shine brighter, but no one complained of fatigue. Laughter and cheerful voices still echoed through the forest. Mr. Tai excitedly sang a few cheerful songs, and the whole team joined in, making the forest seem brighter with cheerful laughter. After a nap under the cool shade of the trees, the group continued their work. This time, they had to saw a large, heavy, and hard tree trunk. Mr. Hao stood in charge, while Mr. Sun and Mr. Tai worked together to saw each piece. This job required strength and technique because if not sawed properly, the pieces of wood could crack, making it difficult to transport. Under Mr. Hao's guidance, everyone completed their tasks quickly and safely. By the time the afternoon shadows were long, the work was gradually completed. The pieces of wood lay neatly on the ground as a testament to the efforts of the whole group. Team. Before leaving, the group looked back at their achievements together. Everyone felt proud. Mr. Hao put his hands on each person's shoulders, thanking the team for their hard work and solidarity. He said, "The work is hard, but thanks to everyone, every day passes happily and meaningfully." The laughter and happy voices of the whole team echoed in the late afternoon, blending with the sunset and the chirping of birds. The beautiful memories of a joyful working day will forever be imprinted in everyone's hearts, as a part of life and camaraderie.